Hey guys, my name is Sanjay and welcome to the Engineer Wannabe YouTube channel. This is a Tudor Royal and this is my latest acquisition. Kind of wanted to do an unboxing, but also for it to be kind of more interesting than just an unboxing. It's just a very bare bones unboxing. So we'll see what I can do here. But before we get started, I just want to let you know that you are infinitely valuable, that a great price has been paid for you. I hope you know that. You are worth it and you are precious. And I say that a lot, and I feel like a lot of people might start to think it's just something I say, but it is. I do mean it, and it is true. So remember, you're infinitely valuable. There's no replacing you. So as for the unboxing, I'm not wearing a watch on my wrist because this was what I was wearing. I do kind of need to resize the bracelet in a certain way. In terms of the unboxing, we've got the outer box here. These are the two portions of the outer box. Inner box, watch. Super uninteresting unboxing. I've got my spare links in here, which I won't be needing. Paperwork in there, including receipt. Stickers are in there as well. This is a little latch that opens up. And hang tags. Forgot about that. So that's about all. And that is interesting here. I'll leave that open because actually no, should be okay. So this is the 34mm Tudor Royal, and we can chat about this a little bit. We did just chat about it on live stream that we had on Saturday night. So as you can see, that's a 34mm Tudor Royal. The lug to lug here is 40. So 40mm lug to lug, maybe a little over 40 and a half. Thickness is 10 on the dot, it looks like. Lug width doesn't matter. So that is the measurements of the Tudor Royal. Not sure how to pronounce that. Some people insist that it should be pronounced Royale because Royal is too close to Royal Oak. Maybe, I don't know. It's a bit of a theory, conspiracy theory, I guess. But yeah, it's the Tudor Royal, Tudor Royale. This is the silver dial version. I've had this watch actually for, I've had this watch, this is the fourth time I'm purchasing this watch. And is an interesting story behind that. First couple of times, the first watch that really drew me into the Royal was the two-tone, so the black and gold Tudor Royal. That was the one I really liked, but that was also the one that my wife really did not like. So I did get made fun of a little bit when I did have that. I only had that for a couple of days as a result, because you know what, when someone's laughing at you, after a while, especially when you're living with them, it gets a little old. So that Tudor Royal didn't last very long. I traded it in for the blue Tudor Royal, 38mm. And when I did trade in that blue, when I did get that blue Tudor Royal, I had it for a fair amount of time, I want to say, but then you know, things come up, you feel like you need to make a different watch work out. I really wanted a different watch. I don't quite remember which one I wanted to get, but I really, sorry, I had to focus there a little bit. I really wanted to get a different watch, which I did. So I moved on the Tudor Royal to make that that transaction a bit easier, a bit more budget friendly. But you know, the Tudor Royal always had a soft spot in my heart. Moved on from that, and then later on, you know, when I was with a friend, we were doing a deal, and I was picking up the Sea of Clouds from him, and he was trying to make a deal work out with the AD, and the Tudor Royal was available there as well. And so that was another time where I picked up the Tudor Royal. So that would be number 3, and I traded that in again to make another budget-friendly decision. I hope I've been in shot that whole time, but what I am doing here is a little hack, if you want to call it that, to get that last link out on the one side. The Tudor Royal doesn't always work too well, or yeah, I've noticed with a lot of Tudor bracelets, that last link is a real pain. You can't get it out unless if you pull this little spring bar that holds the security catch. And when you pull that security catch out, you can take all the removable links out from one side if you want to really center the watch onto your wrist. Me having a smaller wrist, I found that I really had to do that to get it to work out. So back to the Tudor Royal story. So back to the Tudor Royal story. I did go on to consider the 34mm model towards the end of last year, but I really didn't want to bite the bullet and pick that one up because I kept thinking that I'm going to be losing a ton of money, and Tudor wasn't discounting anything at the time. It was really hard to get a discount on any Tudor watches. It still is really hard to get a discount on any Tudor watches. So the proposition of getting the 34mm Tudor Royal, which seemed to fit my wrist a lot better, wasn't very appetizing. So anyway, fast forward a few months, this Tudor Royal showed up at my AD. It's been there for a little bit, and I was able to leverage the fact that it's the 34mm model to get a bit of a deal, and I was able to walk away happy. And I think they were pretty happy that they were able to sell the smaller watch. I have a less than 16 centimeter circumference wrist, so I'm not quite sure. Pardon me if I bumped into the camera there. Not quite sure what my wrist measurement is. I need to redo that. I've been losing a bit of weight, which isn't ideal. I didn't want to lose weight on my wrist, but that seems to have happened. I really shouldn't have done this behind the camera. But yeah, screws are I'm a little anal when it comes to screws. Is that politically correct? I don't know. It's not a pretty name. Alright, so yeah, I now have a 34mm Tudor Royal. I will momentarily show it to you on my wrist if I can get this going. And I'm quite happy with it. I really like the silver dial. I haven't had a silver dial watch in quite some time, and I forgot how much I liked silver as a color. I prefer white dial watches. Don't quite have a white dial watch in my collection right now either. But yeah, I hope to do a state of the collection soon, because I was kind of waiting on a different watch, the Tudor Pelagos 39mm, but I don't think I'm gonna get that in a decent time frame. I was waiting on that to do my state of the collection, so I think I might have to do it without it and see if that watch lasts into next year's state of the collection, but you never know. So that is much better centered on the wrist, and that is the Tudor Royal 34mm on a slightly less than 16 centimeter circumference wrist. It's a beautiful watch. I know it gets a bit of hate in the collector community. I think this one looks better proportionally. The date is right up against the edge of the dial, and I think the engine turned bezel, the polished and the grooved marks on that bezel, they're a bit more subtle than on the bigger watches, and I think that lends itself really well into this watch. I really love the drape of this bracelet. It feels absolutely fantastic. And it's a wonderful watch to wear. One thing I really love is the case as well. It's got like this teardrop water droplet, like oyster case feeling. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about if you've handled any Tudor or Rolex models. They tend to have this beautiful curvature to the side of the case, and I really enjoy that. and I got this at a really pleasant price. So that's it. That's it on my wrist. And thank you for joining me for this little experiment of a video. I hope I didn't bore you to death. I didn't want to just do an unboxing because, I mean, this is not interesting anymore, is it? At least it's not to me. Guys, I hope you remember that you are infinitely valuable. Thank you for joining me this evening. I'll chat with you soon. And take care. Stay safe out there. Bye.